This is Pachyrhinosaurus, whose name means thick-nosed lizard, a medium-sized centrosaurine ceratopsid that roamed the late Cretaceous landscapes of Alberta, Canada, and Alaska, approximately 73 to 69 million years ago. Unlike its horned relatives, such as Triceratops, Pachyrhinosaurus is best known for the bony boss that covered its snout, a thickened, rugged mass of bone that may have been used for combat, display, or defense. There are 3 known species of Pachyrhinosaurus. Pachyrhinosaurus canadensis is the largest species and was found in Alberta. Pachyrhinosaurus lacustae is the intermediate-sized. And Pachyrhinosaurus paritorum was the smallest and was found in Alaska. The 3 species differ primarily in their cranial ornamentation and geographic distribution. Canadensis was the first discovered and largest species, and it has a relatively smooth nasal boss without the jagged comb-like structure we see in others. Paritorum and leucostae had a more elaborate nasal bone with a distinct serrated ridge and additional frill ornamentation. Paritorum, the northernmost species from Alaska, had a distinctive narrow dome in the center of its nasal boss, covered with a thick cornified pad, a feature absent in the other 2 species. Additionally, Paritorum had a narrow groove separating its eyebrow boss from the nasal boss, a trait shared with Canadensis, but not Leucostae, which had a wider gap between these features. These differences suggest that each species had a slightly varied ecological role, possibly influenced by their respective environments, with Paritorum evolving adaptations to survive in the harsh, seasonal climate of late Cretaceous Alaska. The presence of insulating feathers is completely speculative at this point. Growth studies revealed that Pachyrhinosaurus experienced rapid development in its early years. It reached 28% of its adult size within 1 year and became half as large as an adult by the age of 2. However, growth slowed significantly afterward, particularly in Paritorum. Seasonal growth banding in bones indicate that Pachyrhinosaurus paritorum slowed its growth rate during the winter months, conserving energy when food was scarce. This adaptation is similar to growth slowdowns seen in modern cold climate animals and in other dinosaurs, such as Masiakasaurus and Majungasaurus from Madagascar, which experienced delayed growth due to seasonal droughts. By the age of 9, Pachyrhinosaurus developed its distinctive nasal boss, indicating sexual maturity. Even after reaching reproductive age, the animal continued to grow, slowly until reaching its full adult size at around 20 years old. ceratopsids are divided into two major groups. Chasmosaurines, such as Triceratops, had large frills and prominent brow horns. Centrosaurines, such as Pachyrhinosaurus, had shorter frills, small brow horns or none, and massive nasal bosses. While most ceratopsids had large nasal or brow horns, Pachyrhinosaurus had a thick, flattened, bony boss in place of a true nasal horn. The boss likely supported a keratinous covering, much like bosses seen in modern muskoxen. Additionally, all Pachyrhinosaurus species had backwards-facing frill horns at the top of the frill, and eye bosses positioned just above the eye orbits, though the size and shape varied among the species. One of the dominant predators that Pachyrhinosaurus lived with was Nanuqsaurus, whose name means polar bear lizard from the Inupiaq word Nanook for polar bear. It was a genus of tyrannosaurid theropod dinosaur that inhabited the Arctic regions of North America during the late Cretaceous period, from 70 million to 68 million years ago. Initially, Nanuqsaurus was estimated to be about 5 to 6 meters in length, with a weight ranging from 500 to 1,000 kilograms. However, later studies suggested it may have been larger, comparable in size to other North American tyrannosaurids like Albertosaurus, which grew up to 8 to 9 meters in length and weighed between 1.7 and 3 tons. Living in the ancient Arctic environment of the Pine Creek Formation in Alaska, Nanuqsaurus was the apex predator of its ecosystem. The region experienced extreme seasonal variations, including prolonged periods of darkness and cold temperatures. Evidence suggests that Nanuqsaurus and other dinosaurs in this area were year-round residents, enduring approximately 120 days of continuous winter darkness annually. This indicates that they had to adapt to harsh conditions, possibly through behavioral or physiological means, such as being completely covered in feathers. Like other ceratopsians, Pachyrhinosaurus had a toothless beak and a dental battery consisting of tightly packed, continuously replacing teeth. Unlike hadrosaurs, which had grinding dental batteries, ceratopsians had cutting dental batteries, designed to shear through vegetation. Their teeth worked in a scissor-like motion, slicing through fibrous plants. Ceratopsians likely fed on low-lying plants, consuming ferns, cycads, and conifers no taller than 1 meter. Like other ceratopsids, Pachyrhinosaurus was highly social and largely lived in herds. Fossil bone beds containing dozens of individuals of various ages suggest that Pachyrhinosaurus traveled in groups, similar to modern bison or wildebeest. These herds likely provided protection against predators such as Albertosaurus in Alberta and Nanuqsaurus in Alaska. The nasal bosses may have been used in headbutting contests, similar to how modern bison or musk oxen engage in dominance battles. Pachyrhinosaurus was a resilient and adaptable ceratopsid, thriving in both temperate and Arctic environments. With its rugged nasal boss, strong social bonds, and efficient sharing teeth, the dinosaur was well equipped to survive in a world dominated by predatory tyrannosaurs and harsh seasonal climates. Its existence adds a fascinating chapter to the story of dinosaurs that thrived in extreme conditions just before the mass extinction that ended the Cretaceous.